All right, so today we're going to be breaking down Samuel Millsap's $400,000 per month sales funnel. I don't want to waste your time too much. Let's just get right into it. First of all, I'm going to get into his meta ads down here. All right, so we're on the meta ads transparency center. And as you can see, this is the ad we're going to be breaking down right now. This is a super simple ad. So it starts off with DM me to get my proven system to scale your online coaching business. And remember, this is on Instagram, so he can get DMs. Then down here, you're going to see this is the exact system I've used to help 47 plus coaches hit $10,000 a month consistently. And many of them started with at least $5,000 to $10,000 in working capital to invest in their growth. All right, so this is the exact system that he's used to help this number of coaches and hit $10,000 a month consistently. Just showing his results and showing that what he does actually works. And then he also explains that many of them started with at least $5,000 to $10,000 in working capital, just to filter out the people who don't have money and are looking at this for like a first business with no money, no job or anything like that, which Samuel on his Instagram definitely goes against. That's not on brand. So he's just qualifying those people right now. He's like, we do not want people who don't have enough money. Then down here, he's going to add in a small CTA. If you're serious about scaling and have the funds to invest in your business, click below and let's chat. Then you're going to see the video. So let's get into the video right here. Let's go from the start.
Here's a crazy concept. You're already doing the hard part. You're spending hours every single week doing something you love, whether it's going to the gym, writing, posting on social media, or just giving advice to friends.
So this type of walking style VSL is super used by Sam. He really likes it. It works super well. Since whenever you're walking, you're always moving. It seems super natural. It seems super raw and authentic, even though it's kind of edited in. And you can see that you can do this from anywhere. Like Sam is doing this from his garage.
And you're probably already helping people for free. Why not get paid for it? I've helped people just like you turn their passions into online coaching businesses that make at least $10,000 a month or more. DM me the word coach and I'll send you a free 10-minute video showing you exactly how I went from $47 in my bank account to $300,000 a month, and how you can start building your dreams instead of someone else's.
Super nice CTA at the end there, and also added in a little bit of social proof by flashing the numbers above his head. That was a quick rundown of Sam Millsap's meta ads. These are the only paid ads he runs, and they're pretty good paid ads. Generally, all of them are Instagram ads. He doesn't really run any Facebook ads, and you can see now how he's completely focusing on Instagram and nothing really else, even with the paid ad strategy. I would also like to see him do a type of strategy where his best performing reel, he of course promotes it and then gets more audiences to see it with the CTA at the end. Those actually might work really well for him. I'm probably sure that he has tried it. Maybe he didn't like it. Maybe it didn't work. But yeah, super nice meta ads, super nice Instagram ads. Now after this, we're going to get into the TikTok, which is his second main like short form social media strategy. That is going to be at 470,000 followers, at 38.6 million likes, and not SM Millsap 02. Probably didn't get the SM Millsap 02 on the TikTok. I'm not sure, but possibly that. So on his TikTok, as you can see, he has quite a few followers. He has broke to millionaire in just 2 years. Right, here's how I did it. Then he's going to link to his free training, and I'm assuming that he has different links for different social media so he can manage his KPIs, which is something he is again very good at. And that's how you're going to run a super simple funnel like this. You need to know your ICP and you need to know your KPIs. These two things, those are your North Stars. You need to know these two things to have a simple funnel that converts really well. When you look at his Instagram, you're going to see like 2,000 views, 2,000 views, 3,000 views, 7,000 views, 8,000 views, 7,000 views. You're going to see all of these types of views, and then every once in a while you'll get a 13,000 view video. And every once in a while, he might even get a 100,000 view video. So on TikTok, it's super variable what kind of views you get. And that's the beauty of TikTok, because some of your videos will absolutely explode, going to a ton of new audiences, getting a ton of cold traffic into your sales funnel and nourishing it to get more clients out the other end. And we're also going to have a little bit of an honorary mention here, the YouTube Shorts, which are of course just going to be TikToks reposted onto YouTube Shorts. Now, this is the interesting thing that he does with all of his short form platforms. It's just because he doesn't want to go through all of the hassle of posting all of his Instagram reels on each of the platforms. So basically he has a software set up that is going to automatically post his Instagram reels onto other social platforms. These shorts in the grand scheme of things are not too important. They don't get very many views. So we're not going to discuss them too much in depth in this video, since they are just reposts. But yeah, just to let you know that he does do that as well. So now from all of these three short form platforms, these paid ads on Instagram, these TikTok videos as well, and then also from his YouTube shorts, they're all going to go to his Instagram. Now, the first thing you're going to notice on here is in the first CTA right here. Thankfully, he didn't cut it off. That is a thing I see many coaches and consultants do. You definitely don't want that. You do not want this little CTA being cut off. It's very, very bad. And so going up here, you'll see the first thing that you'll actually see in the bio is I help coaches and consultants create a real impact, helping coaches scale from 0 to 30K plus per month, and then DM coach for one-on-one coaching. So we'll have what he does. I help coaches create a real impact in just general terms. And then also specifically going into the details, I help fitness coaches scale from 0 to 30K plus per month. By now, they're not really ready to click on your link. So, he just has that DM CTA as a like moderate level CTA. Not too much friction, not too much cost. Does not take too much time for the prospect to click it. Super quick for them, super easy. Now getting into his story highlights, you'll see the limitless review. This is just a ton of screenshots and a ton of social proof with CTAs mixed in between. This is just going to be, of course, building a ton of trust from the audience. After that, you're going to see result number 2. This is going to be doing basically the same thing, except there's going to be video testimonials as well sprinkled in there. There's also going to be more screenshots. There's going to be even more CTAs. This results number 2 has so many story highlights. It's quite insane. Like these are like probably 100 stories all in this one story highlight. Don't be afraid as a coach or a consultant to put a ton of stories on your story testimonials. It really does have an effect. Your testimonials need to be this many, since like just the sheer number of testimonials, just knowing that there's this many testimonials without going through it, just knowing that these are there is going to make the prospect think that you are much more trustworthy. So I definitely encourage more coaches to do this. I'm pretty sure this is like the max you can put onto a story highlight. But then after that, yeah, of course, you'll see the Q&As. So Q&As, of course, are just going to be him answering a ton of questions from the audience. He'll do these random stories where he'll ask, answer a question or ask me a question, and then he'll collect all those, put them into stories, answer each of them. They're super raw content, super authentic. He does them super slowly. He's usually walking while he's doing it, and just generally going to be answering business questions. He's going to be answering life questions and stuff like that. This is going to build a little bit of connection. This is going to build a little bit of authority. This is also going to build a little bit of trust from all of the business knowledge that he's giving. And the connection building is going to be done through, him answering questions about a story, how his or him just relating how he was poor at one point and he wasn't always this perfect or just had this much money, because for some reason whenever somebody has a lot of money we tend to put them on a pedestal, but that's generally not what we want as coaches and consultants. So he's humanizing himself in these Q&As as well. These are going to be all the same, so 3 Q&As in total. I really like these Q&As. They're really nice and authentic, super nice connection building. I'd love if more people did something like this. And then after that, you're going to see another one of the client results. Now, this is just another result number 2. So this is just the first version of that. It's nothing special. Again, more social proof testimonials, more video testimonials in this one, and just generally stuff like that. And so building a crap ton of trust. And one thing you'll notice is that he is very good at using these story highlights. And this works really well since he can get a ton of social proof into little bite-sized pieces instead of making a whole entire videos on them. In the other videos, in the main videos, he's going to give away his philosophies. He's going to give away, motivation, some kind of, or he's also going to every once in a while add in a testimonial, but not as much as in his story highlights. He'll also go over his 0 to hero story, where he came from, what kind of suffering he went through. And then he's also going to post a ton of lifestyle videos like these right here. And if you can see down here, there's also going to be every once in a while these comment responding videos. I also really like these on Instagram. The biggest thing is that he has a ton of talking head videos, getting a ton of engagement from the audience. These talking head videos, they require time investment, but they're really truly worth it. So I would encourage any coach or consultant to do these talking head videos. Even Sam's doing it, and so nobody can really say that they're too busy to do talking head videos. I'd really recommend for everybody to start doing these. Now, moving on from his Instagram, we're going to get into his long form YouTube. Now, his long form is a gold mine. He is not capitalizing off of it yet, but if he did, he would be rolling in it. The long form videos are extremely powerful. And before I get into this, you might be confused, like, wait, he has 1.4 thousand videos. What are you talking about? The reason he has 1.4 thousand videos are that's because he has all of these shorts over here. So all of these shorts are counted in the videos. He only has 6 long form videos right now, but he actually has already posted another one. So I'm assuming that he might start getting more consistent with the YouTube. I would definitely encourage him to do that. I actually really like this type of video that he's made here. It is a super raw video. He was just in front of a whiteboard and he was just explaining what kind of mindset he uses, how to implement it, and stuff like that. Just a ton of value, a super raw and authentic content style. Loved this video. He should really start making more of these, since these are the best for what kind of channel he's trying to make. So he's trying to monetize this channel. So for some reason, he's also added in a little bit of a ad for WAP. He's added in some lifestyle content with his house tour over here, another lifestyle content by picking up his Huracan, and more lifestyle content right here. Down here, he's going to have a 24-minute explainer video of how he went from 0 to hero. So generally, I'm going to encourage him to make more of these 2 videos. Definitely, he should keep making his lifestyle videos, but I would encourage him to make more of these, be more consistent with the bottom of funnel / middle of funnel videos. I'm not even going to lie, he could completely double his revenue just by getting into the YouTube space. Before getting into the website, let me just preface this by saying by this point, they usually have gotten your lead magnets. They usually have given you their email. Now let's get on to his landing page and break that down right now. All right, so I'm on Sam's landing page right now. And the first thing you see is 100% free training shows how I turned $47 into consistent $400,000 a month as an online coach in my first 2 years. So a super nice title, getting into the subheading, no massive following or complicated system needed, addressing some of the concerns that the audience has before watching the VSL. Then now they're intrigued. They're like, okay, if I don't need those, I'm going to go ahead and watch the VSL. And this VSL is hosted on Wistia. You can see that a ton of the top coaches don't actually use YouTube links, because YouTube links will take the client off of your page, which you don't really want. So I generally always recommend every single coach or consultant to use some kind of video software like Vimeo or Wistia, like Sam's case, and use those softwares to embed their videos instead of linking to their YouTube channel. And in this VSL, he's going to go over his 0 to hero story. He's going to go ahead and address the pain point. After that, he's going to introduce the product, go through the pitch, and then he's going to explain exactly why they need it, what they need it for, how it's going to fix their problems, and exactly what the dreamland is going to look like. And then he's also going to add a social proof in between. He's also going to point below, because he has a ton of social proof on this page. Super nice. That's one thing that he's really done well on this page. There's going to be a CTA every 2 or 3 testimonials. He wants you to think that there are as many people in this program that are winning as possible. So the last coaching program you need, again, more social proof, the results, just keep going, some screenshot social proof, some variety, super nice. Your last chance, click here to apply, more screenshots, and then a little bit of legal stuff, and that's his whole landing page. Super simple landing page. You don't need to do a crazy thing for your landing page. You just need a good title, a good subheading, and then you just need a ton of social proof just to hammer home the fact that you're actually good. What you do actually works, because the client doesn't know you yet. They've never worked with you. They don't know what they're going to get from the course and whether or not they're going to get actual genuine value. That was Samuel Millsap's $400,000 plus per month sales funnel. And you can now see how a super simple sales funnel can really work wonders. Even for Sam, he's making 400 grand off of this simple ass sales funnel. It's quite insane. He's only mainly using his Instagram, maybe his TikTok, and really just using short form content as his main traffic driver, with just a few occasional Instagram ad. If you also want a simple sales funnel as a coach or a consultant, but you're wondering why yours just never works, you can check out the link down below and we can book a free funnel analysis call for you, so I can examine every single part of your funnel, tell you what's going to work, what's going to not, what we can change, what problems each thing is causing, and we can just generally identify the leaks in your sales funnel so you can maximize those conversions with the existing audience you already have. And if you don't want to buy my stuff and just want to check out a high converting VSL and landing page, you can also check that out, same link down below. And if you don't want to do any of that and you just want to watch another one of my videos, well, first of all, I'm flattered, and second of all, go ahead and check this one out right here, because YouTube thinks that you'll like it. Peace.